I'm Effie and this is What Effie Reads. It's the end of the month, so it's time for Let's Play TBR. I'm going to be doing things a tiny bit different this month, as I thought, as a sort of treat for October, I would play Shannon over Head in the Books as TBR Game to decide half of my TBR. So this video is going to be the first half of my TBR, and then tune in on Monday at 1 PM to see TBR Tarot Live with Shannon. In October, I'm going to be participating in one readathon, and that will be Spoopathon run by Spoops. I will link her announcement video for Spoopathon down below, but essentially you have to use the prompts to escape a haunted house. So I'm really excited to participate in that, and I'm hoping to try and make my way through the haunted house once a week. I don't know if that's going to work out. I think that's largely going to depend on what my TBR is. So I will probably be reading a lot more books than are actually decided by my TBR today and on Monday. But these books will form my core TBR. So I'm going to be doing 4 books today, or rather I'm going to be doing 4 encounters. I think all that needs to be done now is to run a random number generator to decide at what point in the video I will start counting the encounters, and then we will go from there. So this month's game of Pokemon was 124 minutes long, so I will pop into the random generator between 1 and 124, and let's see what we get. 119, so I may end up having to loop back round to the start of the video. Looks like we're straight into the action as I'm in the middle of a battle with a Croagunk. So at the 119 minute mark I was in the middle of a battle, so I'm going to count that as my first encounter, and it was with a Croagunk, which I have no idea what type that is, so I'm just going to have to look it up one sec. Okay, so a Croagunk is a poison fighting type, which I think is the first time that I've had a poison type come up, so that's pretty exciting. So a poison type is a book with sprayed or stenciled edges, and a fighting type features a tournament or a big battle. So bear with me and I will be right back. This prompt was surprisingly hard to fulfill. You'd think with the number of book boxes I receive, I wouldn't have too much trouble, but trying to find a book that contains a tournament or a big battle but also has sprayed or stenciled edges was surprisingly difficult. In the end, I went for Amari and the Night Brothers because it sounds kind of tournament-y trialish. You've probably already heard of this book because it got so hyped when it first came out, but I will just read the blurb. It says, Amari Peters knows 3 things. Her brother Quentin has gone missing. No one will talk about it. His mysterious job holds a clue. So when she's invited for a trial at the Bureau of Supernatural Affairs, Amari is certain this is her chance to save him. But first she has to get her head around the new world of the Bureau, where mermaids, aliens and magicians are real, and her roommate is a were-dragon. Amari must compete for a spot against kids who've known this world their whole lives, and with an evil magician threatening the whole supernatural world. Amari has never felt more alone, but if she doesn't pass the 3 tryouts, she may never find out what happened to Quentin. To save her brother, Amari is going to have to fight harder for this than she ever has before. So I think you can probably see where, to me, it feels kind of tournament-ish. And it's got these beautiful, like, silvery, glittery sprayed edges. I'm hoping I really enjoy it, and I'm hoping I finally get to read it this month, because I feel like it's been on about 3 TBRs at this point, and I've never managed to get to it. So let's see what my next encounter was, shall we? Okay, what Pokemon's you gonna say? Oh, a Scraggy. Ooh, very weird looking Pokemon. The next Pokemon I encountered was a Scraggy, which is a dark fighting type. So I need a horror book. Yay, spooky season! I get to add a horror book with a tournament or a big battle. I'm hoping that I've got something. Oh, I know exactly what I'm going to add. I'm going to add Battle Royale Volume 1. So the Mangrove Battle Royale, the first volume. Perfect. Yay. I'm so happy I've actually managed to get that on my TBR. So, I should probably explain. In case you don't know what Battle Royale is, basically it's set in a Japan-esque dystopia where every year 50 classes of students are sent to a remote island in a battle to the death where only the last remaining alive student gets to get away. It's really dark, really twisted, but also really good. And let's see what my next encounter is. Still battling this same person. Oh, what's she sending out? Morpeko. Oh, I love Morpeko. It's so cool. It's got this really cool thing that it does. I don't know if it's gonna do the thing it's doing. I'm rambling. Sorry, guys. But it does this thing. Just wait. Nope. No. There we go. It does hangry mode. I love hangry mode. It just, it's so relatable. My next encounter was a Morpeko, which I just have to say is one of my favourite Pokemons because it's such a mood. It has a hangry mode, which isn't that just the most relatable thing ever? Although this could be an odd one to pick a book for, and I may end up having to pick 2 books because Morpeko is an electric dark type, which means that in theory I need a romance that is also a horror. Let me consult my list and see if I actually have something that could work for that. So apparently there do exist books that are both horror and romance. I'm very intrigued at how that works out. So I went through the list of what Storygraph told me were both genres, and I had a look at a few and they didn't really appeal, and I may end up regretting my decision, but I'm gonna put Sundried onto my list. It's by Shannon Mayer, and it seems to be a kind of post-apocalyptic, maybe zombie thing, survival. There is a big long blurb, but honestly I feel like this is one of those books that until you read it you won't know what it's really about. But I'm very intrigued to see what it's like. I don't know, it's all very vague. And I may regret it. I may wish that I'd put a romance and a horror on instead. But now on to my fourth and final encounter, and let's see what I get for this one. So we've ended up having to loop back to the start of the game, and I am in a battle with a gym person. I don't know, but I am battling Time Pole. It looks very cute, and look at those concerned eyebrows. Oh. My final encounter was as part of a gym battle, and I encountered a Timpole, which is a water type, which means I have to read a buddy read. And for this prompt, I'm going to put White Smoke by Tiffany D. Jackson. I don't have this book yet, as it comes out at the end of this month, but I will be buddy reading it with Shannon over at Head in the Books, and it is described as The Haunting of Hill House meets Get Out. But honestly, all I need to see is that a book's written by Tiffany D. Jackson, and I'm going to want to read it. So that is that is part one of my TBR for October. It didn't go quite how I would have liked, but also it's not the worst. So I've got 3 physical books and 1 ebook. So we've got Amari and the Night Brothers, Battle Royale Volume 1, White Smoke, and Sundried, I think it's pronounced. I'm feeling quietly confident. There's quite a lot of books that I wanted to get onto this TBR that I haven't been able to. But I also think the books that I have chosen give me some space to actually add more books on, hopefully. And I guess I will see you on Monday for TBR Tarot Live. So until then, bye!